Do you know that God, your Father, is longing to speak to you? God wants to speak to you. God wants to tell you something. God wants to say his word to you concerning your situation. Yes, he can speak to you. His sheep know his voice. So he will speak to you. It's great to have pastor, prophets, and other men of God that can bring down the message from God to us. But God also is waiting for you. You are not a second-class son or second-class citizen of heaven or second-class daughter. God wants to commune and talk to you directly, as a father and a son communicates directly. Would you want your father, your natural or your biological father, to speak through a third person to get the message to you? That would be inappropriate. Exactly what God wants to do in our lives. He wants to speak with us directly. You go to him, speak to him, and wait for him to speak to you. It's great to have these pastors, men of God, who can hear God on our behalf. But what if the message they gets distorted somehow? Sometimes when the message comes, it's different to a person who knows the situation. If God were to speak to you about linen, you will understand exactly what he was saying. Perhaps when it comes through a third person, they might not decode it correctly. So they may not interpret it correctly. But when it is spoken to you direct, it will have a much more impact, because you know exactly what he is saying, what he is communicating. So go ahead today and speak to him and wait to hear what he is going to say for you. It's great to have these papas and people that can hear God on our behalf. But it's more powerful for you to hear his voice. His sheep hear his voice. So go ahead and speak to him. He's waiting to give you a word in season. It's December. Most churches, are waiting for their papas to give them a word for next year, a theme for next year. But do you know that your father can give you your own personalized theme for the next year? Go ahead and speak to him and thank me later.